Still doing good power. Still doing good power.
Think you're Chris Froome, bruh. That's a meter, dude. That's like a meter. One trick YouTubers don't want you to know.
Today's the day, the big challenge. I'm gonna do my, I think 30-minute roughly test. I hope it's 30 minutes.
Midnight, have to take Toby out every night to see the local feral cat population. Big meal with your boy Kev. Don't know how I'm gonna do this FTP or hill test tomorrow morning. It's in like 7 hours and not feeling good, I'll tell you that for free.
How would you rate your legs going into this?
No good. No good. Late last night. I haven't got up this early in a year. Oh, alright, I'm gonna get changed. Seems you're all ready.
Let's do this. Look at this guy on the isometrics. Think you're Chris Froome, bruh. Huh? Inspired by the hectic Tour de France this week, we decided to bring you something a little bit different for the rest day. We're here in Andorra. Benji's going back tomorrow, so you and Luke as well. We're gonna do a little power test, a little reckoning for us. We've got a segment from Commensal up to Pal, not a major segment. We made it ourselves, 5k 6%. So the segment's a little bit irregular. It's easy on the main road here, and then when you turn left to go up to Pal, it gets steeper at the end. The last k or so is 9%. So I like a climb like that on a power test, because when you're getting tired, you got more gradient to push against. Talk strategy, Benji. 5k 6%, how you're approaching it, what's your target power, target time, target pacing, all the stuff we criticize the riders for doing at 200 BPM.
I think I'm gonna go with the terrified strategy, as in the last portion of this is terrifying. It's got about the steepest section at the end, the last 1.5 kilometers. I did this first 20 minutes of this a few days ago, and I feel like I can do 225 at least for that portion. But I'm gonna try and push it forward and see if I can do 230, 240 for the initial section, and then survive the steep sections.
Still doing good power. Still doing good power.
How you feeling, Benji?
Fucking awful, mate. Holy fuck. And then this guy said, it's a kilometer left. And then 5 minutes later he said, last kilometer.
Yeah, no, last k of climbing.
I fucking died.
So you're trying to tell me that this is longer than 1 meter? We're using metric units here. There's no way that's a meter, dude. That's like a meter. There's no shot my arms are longer than a meter. So I don't know where Netherlands and Belgium get you measuring from. That's a meter. I just realized either the bike's 1 meter, or I'm saying to people I'm 1 meter tall, so.
I'm absolutely wasted, but I'm actually really happy about my performance. So I think it's about 244 for 30 minutes, which is something I've never done.
Plans to go sub 20 minutes, 5k 6%, I think doable. Wind directions, Luke said headwind on the flatter section, so I'm not sure if I'm going to use that as my excuse yet. I'm going to use lack of sleep as the excuse. That's my go-to. You'll see how it goes. Also couldn't put my average power on the head unit because I can't use text. Just about to start the test. I got no Benji with me because I was doing it for Benji, so I'll just give myself a pep talk. Let's fucking go. Probably for the quickest time, I did probably the best pacing.
For sure. not for the highest average ones.
No. Oi, 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 oi. Junge, 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 junge. One trick YouTubers don't want you to know when they do progress tests. Always do the first test, double full bidon in the bike, disc brake rubbing, then your time's fucked, then you do a little bit of training, put the skin suit on, no bidons. I've improved 50%. What did you end up doing, Benji? What was the improvement?
I had an FTP test, which you can find on YouTube if you want. I had that in end of December somewhere where I did a 20-minute FTP test where the result was 201 watts for 20 minutes, which resulted in an FTP of 190 watts. So pretty shit for a guy of my weight. Let's be honest about it. To be able to break those records and for those records to be, I think 20 minutes, 244 watts and 30 minutes, 241 watts is a major improvement in 6 months. So I'm really, really happy. And yeah, I hope it can continue. Yeah,
you paced it pretty well. I shouted at you a little bit.
The first half I did at, was it 241, 243 watts? And then the second half, which had the steeper section, I paced at 241 watts, which I was dying in the last like kilometer. You saw it, you were in my wheel. Like I was terrible in that situation. So I was trying to hold 200 at that point, but I paced hard at the initial part of the steep section at the end to the point that I could afford going 220 by the end. But yeah, I'm happy about my pacing. Maybe there's some perfection that can happen if I negative split it a bit more, but I was just trying to survive, man.
First, I did, 1940? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first 9 minutes were 245, and then I went, I think I did 280 for the last 8 minutes. So I 240 and 280 is a little bit lopsided, did 260. I have no idea what I weigh. The scales broke, not because I didn't break them, like, myself. There's water got into them or they malfunction.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I was pretty happy with that.
It was really sad that I didn't see on your 1 meter bike going, what is it? How many watts for 50 seconds?
1500 watts, 50 seconds. Yeah, but I can't hold it. This is longer than a 50-second climb. We hope you enjoyed the video. Comment down below what time do you think we'll set in about 6 weeks when Benji's back here for the Vuelta, and we'll do a round 2 of this video if you liked it. Until then, ciao.